Hello everyone and welcome to Career Launcher. So in today's class we are going to discuss about Padma Awards 2026, which actually was very much in the news during Republic Day. Actually, these Padma Awards are actually announced every year 1 or 2 days before Republic Day. So you will find it somewhere around 24th or 25th January, the news regarding the winners of Padma Awards. And in this class we are going to also learn about Bharat Ratan also. Although this year no one has got Bharat Ratan, but still we'll be discussing about the Bharat Ratan because we have questions we have seen in the past where they ask questions related with Bharat Ratan, like first winner of Bharat Ratan, etc. like that. Okay, so let us begin. First of all, when we are talking about civilian awards in India, there are actually 4 civilian awards, prominent ones. Okay, the highest civilian award is Bharat Ratan. I'm sure you must be aware. This is the highest civilian award in India. So first highest civilian award. The second highest civilian award is called as Padma Vibhushan. Okay, you have to be very careful. I'm talking in chronological order. From the prestige point of view, the most prestigious is Bharat Ratan, then Padma Vibhushan, then we have Padma Bhushan, and then we have Padma Shri. This is the fourth one. Okay, now, so these three together, that is Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan and Padma Shri together are called as Padma Awards. That is what you should be knowing about. Okay, so this is what. Now you have to understand, in general, since 1954 these awards are given. So there have been 2 occasions where Padma Awards have been stopped, but in general, other than that, in general it is given every year. I'm using the word in general, means there are some exception. So excluding those exceptions, generally it is given every year, and these are announced on the occasion of Republic Day. So generally, in fact, we get to know about this 1 or 2 days before Republic Day. Okay, this is what you should be knowing. And when it comes to Bharat Ratan, these are not given every year. I would say these are given after 3-4 years or 5 years according to the requirement. Okay, so that is what you should be knowing about. Now, when it comes to this year, I would highlight that this year we do not have any Bharat Ratan. So this year we have seen these 3 awards, that is Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan and Padma Shri. Bharat Ratan was last time given in 2024, and before that we have seen it was given in 2019. Okay, and we'll be discussing about Bharat Ratan also. Because we have seen questions from there. For example, like they ask questions about the first winner of Bharat Ratan, etc. So we are going to discuss it. So let us begin with the awards, the Padma Awards. These are highest civilian awards, है ना? One of the highest, because the highest is Bharat Ratan. So highest civilian award. Civilian award means, which is actually generally when we talk about awards, these are given to military personnel. But here, when we are using the word civilian award, it means that these are the awards that are given to non-military personnel also. Even the former retired military generals can also get in the civil services category. We'll be talking about that. Okay. So the Padma Awards are conferred every year by Padma Awards Committee headed by the Prime Minister, constituted by the Prime Minister. Okay. And this is even self-nomination is allowed. You can also send your name to the Prime Minister's Committee that I am a deserving candidate and I need a Padma Awards. That is also allowed. Okay. So that's talking about history, 1954, but we are not going in that detail. Just have an idea that yes, since 1954, we are seeing Padma Awards being given. There have been 2 occasions where it was stopped. We will discuss about that as well. Okay. So let us begin. So when we are talking about Bharat Ratan, this is the highest civilian award of India. And of course, the recommendations for Bharat Ratan are made by the Prime Minister to the President of India. No formal recommendation necessary. It is restricted to maximum of 3 in a particular year. Although we have seen in 2024, 5 people were given. In 2024, 5 people were given Bharat Ratan. However, I am showing from the Padma Awards Ministry of Home Affairs website, they are saying that Bharat Ratan is restricted to 3. But I'm not sure how, like, I checked it and when I saw it, like in 2024, 5 people were given Bharat Ratan. Government has conferred Bharat Ratan till now to 53 persons. Okay, this is the highest civilian award. Now, when we are talking about Padma Awards, means the other 3 awards like Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan and Padma Shri. So Padma Awards, which are constituted in 1954, is announced every year, I have told you, on the occasion of Republic Day. There were 2 occasions from 1978-79 and 93 to 97. First occasion and second occasion where it was stopped. Other than these 2 occasions, I'm not saying 2 years, because you can see these are almost 4 or 5 years. So there were 2 occasions where this was actually stopped. Other than that, these 3 Padma Awards, that is Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan and Padma Shri, are given every year. Okay. Now, all persons without distinction of race, occupation, position, gender, etc. are eligible for these awards. However, the serving government servants cannot get this. Those who are already serving as an IAS, IPS, IRS, or let's say they are serving as army generals, they cannot get the award. However, once they retire, they are eligible for that. Okay. That is also you should be knowing about. Now, let me show you something more. Including those working with PSUs, public sector unit, like ONGC, etc. हो गया, है ना? So, you cannot get the award unless until you retire. Except doctor and scientist. For example, an ISRO scientist can get an award even during the service. Okay? Are not eligible. That is what we are talking about. So, government servants are not eligible. The serving PSU officials are also not eligible. However, the doctors and scientists are eligible. That is what you should be knowing about. Now, let's talk about the next one. The next thing that we are talking about is the awards. So they are given in for what purpose? So art, social work, public affairs, science and engineering, trade, medicine, civil services, sports, etc. That is what you should be knowing. Even others field is also there. So if the committee thinks that this person should be getting award and like his work or his or her work is not coming in this category, still he or she can get the award in the field of others, like by taking into account the concept of others. You can see it here. So that is the idea behind this. Now let's move on to the next one. The award is normally not conferred posthumously, means after the death. This award means we are talking about these Padma Awards, etc. And Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan, Padma Shri. Normally, but they have written, means in general, but however, in highly deserving case, it could be considered. Means generally it is avoided that after the death, the person should be getting award during his lifetime, his or her lifetime. But in some cases, even after the death, the award can be given. Okay. And a higher category of Padma Awards can be conferred only where a person has actually, after a period of 5 years has elapsed. Now, what does this mean? So I've told you, the highest is Bharat Ratna, then we have Padma Vibhushan, then Padma Bhushan, and then Padma Shri. Now, let's say someone got Padma Shri in 2024. So at least 5 years later, the person would get the better one, like Padma Bhushan or Padma Vibhushan. Like for the person, for example, the person should be getting after 2029, on or after 2029, right? That is the idea. The higher means the better version, like Padma Shri, the better one is Padma Bhushan, and more prestigious is Padma Vibhushan, and then Bharat Ratna. That is the idea behind this. However, they are saying again in highly deserving cases, the relaxation is there. This 5 years can be relaxed, this rule. Okay, that is what is being talked about. And when we're talking about the award are presented by president usually in the month of March and April every year. That is what you should be knowing about. And yes, this is important. The person, the winner, cannot add a title as a prefix or suffix because there's a Supreme Court judgment regarding it. Balaji Raghavan case, we'll be talking about it. So basically, for example, if you are let's say your name is XYZ. So you cannot write everywhere that you have won the Padma Shri, so you are writing Padma Shri XYZ. You cannot add a title, right? Because it violates the idea of Article 18. That is what we are going to discuss it. Okay. Now, I'll tell you what exactly it is, because little bit I'm telling you an idea. When you read the Constitution and when you read about fundamental rights, Article 14 to 18 talks about right to equality. Yes? 14, 15, 16, 18, 17, 18. And Article 18 talks about, which is a part of right to equality, it talks about abolition of titles. I'm just giving a rough idea. Abolition of titles means, this is abolition, like for example, earlier we used to have, like before, like no citizen shall accept any title from any foreign state, no title should be given, shall be conferred. What is the meaning of title? Like previously we used to have something like that, Raja. Like for example, I'm sure you must be aware, Sir Syed Ahmed Khan. So the term Sir was given by British. This is considered as a title. Maharaja Rai Bahadur Talukdar. Why these types of things? Lord. Now you cannot add these things after the commencement of the Constitution, because it is against the idea of right to equality. It is actually creating inequality. It is creating artificial distinction. That okay, look, this set of people are above other common people. That's why this type of title is prohibited. Now, someone filed a petition in the Supreme Court, Balaji Raghavan versus Union of India case 1996, which is a very prominent case, where the Supreme Court said that now people filed a petition that Bharat Ratna and Padma Award should also not be given. This violates Article 18. No title should be given. The Supreme Court said that no, this is actually not a title. This is not creating an artificial distinction. Rather, actually, this is recognizing the merit. It is not based, like these were primarily based on hereditary, or let's say those who were close to British or something like that. Okay, and this reflected a sort of an inequality thing. But this is actually a merit. We are recognizing the merit. And that is why it does not violate Article 18. And the Supreme Court said that yes, the people, those who are the winner, should not be using these Padma Awards as suffix or prefix. For example, you are adding the name, like your name is XYZ, so you are saying Padma Shri or Padma Bhushan XYZ. You are not supposed to use such words. Okay, that's why we have discussed this in detail. Okay. And I'm sure you must be aware the preamble also talks about equality everywhere, fraternity, equality. So the idea behind the Indian Constitution is, since it is an egalitarian constitution, egalitarian means treating every citizen, every people equally, irrespective of religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth, etc. Okay, that is the idea behind this. Now, if you're interested to know about a preamble, you can search this. This is our law channel where we have discussed in detail about preamble. We have seen some questions from preamble in the CET and other MBA exams. So you can watch this, and that would be very, very beneficial. Now, when we are talking about the committee, which committee decides Padma Awards? Sometimes people ask, so all nominations received for Padma Awards are placed before Padma Awards committee. The Prime Minister constitutes it, which is headed by, who heads it? Cabinet Secretary, the senior most bureaucrat. Senior most IAS of the country. Okay. Includes Home Secretary, Secretary to the President, and 4 to 6 eminent members. So these are the top officials who are the members of Padma Awards Committee. So Prime Minister constitutes it. Prime Minister is not the member technically, but of course he constitutes this, of course. So the final recommendation of Prime Minister will prevail, because he will recommend to the Cabinet Secretary or Home Secretary that yes, you can look into these people and all. Right? So that is how it is. You should be knowing that Cabinet Secretary is the head of the Padma Awards Committee. Now, let's talk about the concepts or the questions that are generally asked in the exam. So, for example, let's say this is actually Bharat Ratna, which is considered India's highest civilian award, was first established in the year what? This is a very prominent question that are being asked in the exam. The answer is option B, 1954 is the right answer to this question. B is the right answer. Instituted on 2nd January 1954. And this is the highest civilian award of India. And when you see a sanad is given and a people leaf shaped medal, right? You can see it here. This one, people leaf shaped medal is there. Okay. And when you see it carefully, this is actually a national emblem, right? So who were the winners of Bharat Ratna? First winners, you have to tell me. 1954, very important. In 1954, 3 people were given Bharat Ratna. If you know it, I'll be very happy to know. So the first winner actually is C.V. Raman, Mr. C.V. Raman. Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, the first Vice President of India. And C. Rajagopalachari, the last Governor General of India. Okay, so C.V. Raman actually he invented, or like I would say discovered Raman effect, for which he got Nobel Prize also. So he discovered Raman effect on 20th February 1928, and 2 years later in 1930 he got Nobel Prize in Physics. Okay, so 20th February is celebrated as National Science Day. Okay, S. Radhakrishnan, first Vice President of India. C. Rajagopalachari, last Governor General of India. So these are the prominent facts you should be knowing about. Okay, I'm discussing it because we have seen questions, these types of questions in the exam. Yes, and when we are talking about it, when we are talking about the logo, this is actually the Bharat Ratna, and you can see the Ashok Chakra. Sorry, I would say Ashok. Lion capital, Ashoka's lion capital is there, and Satmev Jayate is written here, right? So in Devanagari script, है ना, state emblem with Satmev Jayate written on it, है ना. Now the question is, when you see this, the Satmev Jayate, this has been taken from where? Can you please tell me? And these are also very prominent multiple times in many exams. This is the previous year question of many exam asked at multiple place. The right answer actually is Mundak Upanishad. So C is the right answer to this question. Okay. 26 January 1950, and it means truth alone trumps. Okay. So sometimes these are asked in the exam, that from where this has been taken. So you can say this is the national emblem, right? And this has been taken from lion capital of Ashoka at Sarnath. And this one is Satmev Jayate, which means truth alone trumps. Okay. That is what you should be knowing about. Okay. So this is, you can say national emblem is there. Let's move on. Who among the following is the youngest recipient of Bharat Ratan? So this is what you should be knowing. And if you know the answer, please answer me in the comments. I'll be very happy to know. The right answer is option D, Sachin Tendulkar at the age of 40. So youngest winner. D is the right answer. Let's move on to the next one. Which of the following was the first to get Bharat Ratan posthumously after the death? So initially there was a rule that only those who are alive, they should be getting Bharat Ratan, but later on the rules were changed, and now even posthumously, that is after the death also, the Bharat Ratan can be given. So who was the first winner of Bharat Ratan posthumously? So the right answer is Lal Bahadur Shastri. C is the right answer to this question. Okay. January 1966. This is the year actually he died in Tashkent. I'm sure you must have heard it. And Lal Bahadur Shastri was actually the first to get after the death. Right. And Sachin Tendulkar is actually the youngest, and the oldest one to get Bharat Ratan is Mr. Dhondov Keshav Karve. He's the oldest. He got it at the age of 100 years. Okay. That is what you should be knowing about. The next is, who was the first non-Indian to get Bharat Ratan? First non-Indian. So basically two non-Indians have got Bharat Ratan. Okay. One is Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, another is Nelson Mandela. Mother Teresa actually became naturalized citizen of India. So that's why technically she will not be considered as non-Indian, because she became the citizen of India. After that she got Bharat Ratan. So these two non-Indians have got. The first winner is actually Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, citizen of Pakistan. So B is the right answer. Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, first non-Indian to receive Bharat Ratan, awarded in 1987. Okay. He was known as Frontier Gandhi in 1929 when the Khilafat, non-cooperation Khilafat movement was there. 1920s, he was quite active there against British. Okay. And yes, when we are talking about, yes, so Indian born citizen, the award has been conferred. One naturalized citizen is Mother Teresa, the winner of Bharat Ratan. Naturalized citizen means she has got the citizenship. She was born actually in a Scope J, which was, I've seen this question also asked. Mother Teresa was born where? Scope J. At that time it was in Yugoslavia. But now it is North Macedonia. Okay. And there are two non-Indians who have got. Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan in 1987, and later on Nelson Mandela got, who's actually the British citizen of South Africa. I'm sure you must have heard about him. He is actually the father of nation of South Africa, and he wrote a very famous book, Long Walk to Freedom. This is also asked in the exam. And I'm sure you must be aware he was in jail for almost 27 years. He fought against British. That is what you should be knowing about. Okay. Now, let's move on further. Now, let's talk about list of Bharat Ratan winners, the past winners, I would say. We're talking about it because sometimes these are actually asked in the exam. So, I've told you the top three winners in 1954 were C. Rajagopalachari, last Governor General of India, the only Indian Governor General of India, because all the others were British. Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, first Vice President and second President of India. In his memory, we celebrate on 5th September, Teachers' Day. Dr. C.V. Raman, a very famous physicist, he came up with the concept of Raman effect. Then we have, if you see it, Jawaharlal Nehru also got in 1955, when he was the Prime Minister from 47 to 64, and during his tenure he got it. Similarly, G.P. Pant, very famous personal, and this is actually the oldest one we have talked about at the age of 100. BC Roy, Purushottam Das Tandon, Dr. Zakir Hussain, he was actually the president, or I would say vice, then vice president also. Dr. Rajendra Prasad had served as president of India. Indira Gandhi, she was the prime minister from 66 to 77 and 1980 to 84. And during her tenure, she got this. So these are things. Bharat Ratan, Lal Bahadur Shastri, just after his death, he got it. Okay, Mother Teresa, we have discussed. Then Vinoba Bhave, very famous. So Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan also got in 1987. Okay, so these are prominent names. Then Nelson Mandela got in 1990. That's why two foreign winners. One is actually Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, 87, and the other in 1990, Nelson Mandela. Then Rajiv Gandhi got in 1991, posthumous after his assassination. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel also got. Okay, Morarji Desai, former Prime Minister. Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, first Education Minister of India. These are asked in the exam. Okay, Satyajit Ray, very famous filmmaker. So these are prominent names. Gulzari Lal Nanda had served as Prime Minister, or I would say acting Prime Minister. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam got in 1997, very famous name. I'm sure you must be aware. Jai Prakash Narayanan, Lok Nayak Jai Prakash Narayan, he's actually considered as the very famous 1974 very famous movement. JP movement was started by him against Indira Gandhi ji. So these are the prominent names. Okay. Sachin Tendulkar got in 2014, the youngest one. Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji also got in 2015. Then there are others like Madan Mohan Malviya ji, Nanaji Deshmukh, Bhupendra Hazarika and Pranab Mukherjee got in 2019. And in 2024, 5 people got. MS Swaminathan, father of Green Revolution in India. PV Narasimha Rao and Chaudhry Charan Singh. These two are ex-prime ministers. LK Advani ji, ex-deputy prime minister. During the time of Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, he was actually the deputy prime minister. Karpuri Thakur, ex-CM of Bihar. So these are prominent 2024 winners. Okay. And this is a very famous question which are asked in MBA exam, that PV Narasimha Rao. So during his tenure, 1991 LPG reforms happened. So this is asked in the exam: liberalization, privatization, globalization. I am sure when you have read about economics, you must have come across this. So the question that are asked is, who was the Prime Minister of India when 1991 LPG reforms happened? And sometimes they ask who was the Finance Minister. So the answer is Mr. Manmohan Singh. That is what you should be knowing. Okay. That is what you should be knowing. Now let's talk about I've told you that in 2026 we do not have any Bharat Ratan winner. So we have these 3 winners. Second highest civilian award Padma Vibhushan, third highest Padma Bhushan, and the fourth highest Padma Shri. So we'll be talking more extensively about Padma Vibhushan winners and Padma Bhushan, and less about Padma Shri because these are more prominent. So let us start with the 2026 winners. So when we are talking about 2026 winner, you can see this was released. I have told you that 1 or 2 days before the Republic Day we get to know about this information. Ministry of Home Affairs announced these 3: Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan and Padma Shri. So we have got in Padma Vibhushan, which is the second highest civilian award of India, we have got 5 winners. The first is Dharmendra Singh Deol. I'm sure you must be aware. A very famous filmmaker, actor, I would say. Famously called as Dharmendra. And he was actually born in Punjab, Nasrali, and he died recently on 24th November in Mumbai. And you should be knowing something about it. Like yes, he had got Padma Bhushan, which was the third highest civilian award in 2012. And this year he was given Padma Vibhushan 2026 highest civilian award, second highest civilian award. He was famously called as He-Man, Garam Dharam. And he was actually a member of BJP, and he was actually a Lok Sabha member of Parliament from Bikaner, Rajasthan. This can also be asked. Okay, that is what you should be knowing. Then we have, right, you can read about him. The next is K.T. Thomas, the former Supreme Court judge. He has also got Padma Vibhushan, the second highest civilian award of India. Okay, that is what you should be knowing about. So he has served as a Supreme Court judge also and as a High Court judge as well in the past. Next is N. Rajam. So N. Rajam, and like there are other personalities like N. Rajam and P. Narayanan. So N. Rajam, when you talk about N. Rajam, she's actually a violinist. She is actually violin. Violin is actually a musical instrument. I'm sure you must be aware. And she has been the professor of music at BHU, but she is actually originally from Chennai. Her brother T.N. Krishnan is also a very famous violinist. Okay. and she was earlier given 4th highest civilian award, Padma Shri, then 3rd highest civilian award, Padma Bhushan, and then 2nd highest civilian award this year, that is Padma Vibhushan. Sangeet Natak Academy Award also she has got. Next is P. Narayanan, journalist, has been awarded Padma Vibhushan. We have discussed. You can read about it. And he is the co-founder and chief editor of Janbhoomi Daily, a very prominent RSS daily, or I would say he is a very prominent RSS leader also, and the chief editor of Janbhoomi. Okay, popularly known as Narayan ji. Then एक और लास्ट में था VS Achyutanandan in public affairs category. So Padma Vibhushan में, and he has earlier served as the chief minister of Kerala, and he was from Communist Party. Like 11 chief minister from 2006 to 2011. He was affiliated with CPM, Communist Party of India, Marxist. Okay. And you can see. So these are the prominent Padma Vibhushan winner of this year. Now let's talk about Padma Bhushan winners 2026. So when we are talking about Padma Bhushan winner 2026, which is the 3rd highest civilian award, let's talk about the prominent ones. Alka Yagnik. Okay, let's highlight. So this is the 6th number, serial number 6, because the other top 5 were actually Padma Vibhushan winners. So do not get confused. So 13 winners are Alka Yagnik, very famous singer. Mr. Bhagat Singh Koshyari, he had earlier served ex-chief minister of Uttarakhand and ex-governor of Maharashtra. Okay, Alka Yagnik, you know about her, and a playback singer. And Bhagat Singh Koshyari, chief minister, former chief minister of Uttarakhand, former governor of Goa, and former governor of Maharashtra, and former additional governor of Goa. Then we have Mammootty. Okay. Then Shibu Soren, ex-chief minister of Jharkhand. His son is currently the chief minister of Jharkhand. Okay, I'm sure you must have heard about. This is Mr. Mammootty, Malayalam language film producer. And then we have Shibu Soren. We have told you, Padma Bhushan winner this year. And he was member of parliament also when he died. You can see 4th August he died, and at that time he was member of parliament from Rajya Sabha. And earlier, previously, he had served as the chief minister of Jharkhand also. And his son, Mr. Hemant Soren, is actually the current chief minister of Jharkhand. And he's actually, both are actually from Jharkhand Mukti Morcha. He was the one who founded the political party called as Jharkhand Mukti Morcha. Okay. So you can see he has served as CM of Jharkhand, Union Coal Minister. Okay. Member of Parliament, Lok Sabha. Okay. And then President of Jharkhand Mukti Morcha, the political party he established from 1987 till 2025. Okay. Then we have Mr. Uday Kotak. I'm sure Kotak Mahindra Bank is very famous, so he's associated with that, or one of the founders of that. Now let's talk about Padma Shri winners, which is actually the 4th highest civilian award of India. So Padma Shri winners. So there are 113 winners. You can see these are the prominent names. I have attached the names because remembering all of them is not possible. At least Padma Vibhushan and Padma Bhushan winners you should remember, the prominent ones. Okay, so the rest you can see I have attached for you. I'm pausing it so that you can watch it and you can get to know about this. So there are some of the prominent names here also. Yes, Mr. Rohit Sharma, very famous cricketer. That is prominent name. I think that is more than enough. But you can watch it. There was one more, as far as I remember, female cricketer also who got it. Just I'm not able to find it, but I'm going back to check it. Okay, you can read it. We have shown it. I think Harmanpreet Kaur, yes, female cricketer. She has also got. Okay, so 2 prominent sportsmen and women, I would say. Both are there. That is what I have highlighted. So I think that is more than enough. You are supposed to know more about Padma Vibhushan and Padma Bhushan winners. Padma Shri, because a lot of people have got, so that might not be very important. So we are stopping this class here. Thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our channel, press the like button, share this video.